Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to harvest sunflowers. Alright, so the first thing you're going to need are some clippers for plants, or you can also use scissors or a knife, and then a bowl, because this is what we're going to put our sunflower seeds into. Okay guys, so before you harvest your sunflowers, make sure that they are ripe. If they're not, then you're just going to end up with a bunch of underdeveloped sunflower seeds. So what you're going to look out for is, if you look at the back of the sunflower, it is brown. See, so it's starting to dry out, and the seeds are nice and plump, and they've got the stripes on them. I also have another sunflower over here that's not as ripe, but it is still, I'm still going to harvest it in this video. The seeds, as you can see, have those gray stripes on them, and so I'm going to show you how to harvest them and how to remove the seeds. Alright, first thing, simple. Just cut off the head and make sure there's about 6 inches off the head. So about here. Let me put that on the camera really quick because I don't want to drop the sunflower. 1 second. Cut off the head. We're going to put this down, and then I'm going to go get the other one. So I'd usually like this sunflower to be a little more ripe for harvest, but I did want to harvest them at the same time, just so I had all the seeds in one spot. Also, as you can see, this sunflower is bent down, but I guess that's okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna cut right here, again about 6 inches from the head. As you can see, it's cut. Wow, it actually smells really good. Also, one more thing I need to mention is that, so you can tell if your sunflowers are ripe, is that the petals are just falling off like that because they're dry. And same with these little flowers here. So we're gonna go ahead and harvest them, and then I'll show you what the seeds look like afterwards. What you're gonna do, just rub all these off. I'm just gonna do this in the bowl, just like this. Just take your thumb, you can use a knife or whatever to scrape it off, but you don't want that in your sunflower seeds. So yeah, sunflower seeds, what I use them for, primarily for just planting for the next generation. Actually, in fact, I have some more growing in there right now. There's actually 2 more under the surface that I'm gonna put in those pots. And also, in case you're wondering, I'm doing them in pots now because I'm waiting to build a flower bed, a raised bed, for more sunflowers, probably next year. So, yeah, anyway, rub these flowers off, and actually these are already rubbed off, as you can see. And then all you're gonna do, as you can see, they come right out. See, I just pushed it, and that came right out. So you're just gonna, let me dump this out. And just rub the seeds, and they'll fall right into the bowl. You can also just kind of bend it, and then it'll help the seeds to come out better. As you can see, they're kind of plopping in there. And as you may notice, there's a lot of junk in there that will be cleaned out at the end. But yeah, here we go. So I'll get back to you when I'm done with this head. You can see all our seeds are harvested off of our first flower. Make sure you don't miss these extra ones that fall. Pick them all up. Okay, so now for this flower, we're going to do the exact same thing. Just kind of break it up and then drop the seeds into our bowl. Alright, so look, they're all sorted out. There's no junk left in there. There's no seeds with no seed inside of them. It's all just nice, healthy sunflower seeds. You can actually eat these guys raw, but I'm going to cook them. And I'm also going to keep a little batch for planting next year. So let's get right to cooking. So first step, all you're going to do is just put your seeds in a strainer like this, and then turn on the water. This just removes any debris, and just makes the seeds cleaner. I'm going to sprinkle them on a paper towel, and it'll dry them up. While those are drying, get about 3 cups of water and put it in a pan like this. The amount of water kind of varies, because if you had a big batch of sunflower seeds, you're going to want to fill it a little bit more. But since I've got a relatively small batch, you're just going to need about 3 cups. Flower seeds in salt and water solution. this will actually make them a little bit saltier and a little bit more flavorful when you're eating them. So just grab a thing of salt. And this kind of depends on how salty you like your sunflower seeds. It's you gotta kind of eyeball it. You don't want to put too much salt, but you don't want to put too little. So just grab a bit of salt, sprinkle it in there. Put the heat on high, and then we'll boil the water. And now just kind of mix it around, make sure none of them really stick to the sides. And then when it gets to a boil, just turn it down to a simmer, and then wait about 15 minutes, and then we'll bake them in the oven. Alright, so while you're waiting for your seeds to start to boil, just grab a small cookie sheet here, and then some cooking spray. And just give it a little spray here. Just so they won't stick, not that they will, but just in case. Get that little wipe down there. And now, let's preheat the oven. Okay, now what you're going to do is just preheat your oven to 400 degrees. Start that. Okay, so as you can see, the seeds are now at a boil. Now what you're going to do, as soon as they get to a boil, just turn it down to about a simmer. It just allows them to cook a little bit more slowly. Alright, so now you're just going to let the seeds simmer for about 10 minutes. Seeds are now pretty much done boiling, so just turn off the heat. And now we're just going to strain this through the strainer, and then we're just going to be left with the seeds. Dry those off a little bit with a paper towel, and then put them on the cookie sheet. Make sure you get the rest of those in there. Okay, so just, again, dry these. Wow, that already smells good before even cooking them in the oven. And then just kind of make sure these kind of dry off a little bit, not too much, doesn't really matter. And then, yeah, sprinkle them onto your cookie sheet. Okay, so what you're going to do, just grab your seeds and then dump them onto your pan or cookie sheet, and spread them out. Make sure they get an even heat. You can kind of shake it a little bit just to spread them out better. Just like that. Let's put them in the oven. It's not completely heated up yet, but it's still pretty warm in there. I put the seeds in there, and you're gonna wait about 10 minutes, and then you're gonna want to start checking the seeds. Make sure they don't get too brown on the outside. Just watch them, and make sure they're dry. But if they're still wet, you're going to want to cook them for a little bit longer. Okay, one thing you can do, also while they're still cooking and they're a little moist, is just grab some salt. And just sprinkle it on there, and then as it dries, it'll stick to the seeds and it'll be much better. Alright guys, so our seeds are all cooked up. They're nice and toasted. They're really good. And yeah, it's crazy to think that 2 of these, which is what I planted, 2 nice sized sunflowers, right? That can produce that. Such a good amount just from 2 plants. So yeah, this video was really fun to make. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. Go try this out for yourself. Plant some sunflower seeds. They're really good. And in the next video, I will be transplanting those little sunflowers into the big pots. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. See ya.